Okay, I'm gonna try just an intro. Ready? Welcome to Uncut Angling. I'm Aaron Weeb. This is Shane Sklove, my advisor, consultant, supervisor, and logistics expert. And today we are set out to, I don't know if I want to say debunk or reorganize the thinking on delayed mortality in freshwater angling. Stay tuned. Oh, what's this over here?
I seek you out, flay you alive.
When Ned Stark lost his head, who was truly responsible? It's a trick, a shadow on the wall. Power resides where men believe it resides.
One more word and you won't survive.
It's the far one. Go left more. It's all happening. This is good. This is good. Perfect. Move, Phoenix. Hey, hey. Phoenix. You got that in? Ugh. What the? Another double booking. You gotta stop doing that.
Conservation, we're looking for Aaron Weed. Are you in there?
Hey, are you actually with conservation? I think I have more questions for you than you have for me.
Holy Carruthers, are those fish down there? No, there's something wrong. Are you in simulator mode? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we only need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. In freshwater angling. Stay tuned. Oh, what's this over here? That's perfect. Wow.
That's all right.
Those couldn't have been any better, so is that all right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
We've got a super school here, 29.5 feet of water. And I can zoom in a bit more for you. How do you like that?
That's really good.
Just jiggle up slowly. If that mark is right covering you up, you want to keep moving, inching away from him. Because if he's right on you, you won't know if you're getting bit. Keep inching away, and you're like just, it's tough, but you kind of want to keep an eye on the rod tip and an eye on the fish finder. Are you able to do that? You said it, he's on!
I thought he was. I was watching him.
And with these, you don't have to set hard. You can just reel in kind of thing. I mean, it sets fine, but. Okay, a small one. Cool, real great. We're gonna need some nicer ones than that, though.
Okay, so what are we doing with this?
Well, we're gonna clip him because he's definitely gonna be corking. I mean, this is gonna be more weight than I need, but I'm just gonna make sure that he's not struggling. So we'll put him in the aquarium.
Too much.
Too much. But hey, if he's upright, it's better than anything. The struggle is when they're upside down and fighting to stay righted. There we go. 2:30, Friday, December 29th. Start the clock. Well, we only want 6, so 1's a good start. You pretty much have to, when you're closing the deal and they're coming right up to you, you pretty much have to glare at your rod tip. You're not gonna feel a bite. When you're jiggling it slowly, you watch the bobble of your rod tip, and as it's bobbling, you watch for the bobble to change. Keep pulling away and bobble. You gotta bobble, you won't feel the presence.
I don't know what you mean by bobble.
He's on, set it!
Okay.
Okay, we got this, everybody!
All right. It's a little one.
Ah, jeez. Yikes.
It's bigger than that or what?
Not really. You can see he's definitely got some some struggles to stay upright here.
You cannot feel them when they're...
Sorry, I can't or you can't?
Well, in general, people can't feel them when they're biting.
This is the bobble, I mean. See how it's bobbling? Now, you see how you have the presence in both directions? So if the fish lifts it up or pulls down on it, you know what's happening.
Okay, so you're saying to get it to do that?
Yeah, you want it to always be bobbling.
Okay.
So see, this fish is floating. This is the enemy right now because this fish is stressed and having to fight to stay upright. So I'm going to clip just a little weight onto its bottom fin here. And then that's going to be enough to keep that fish upright. And then he's not stressed while he's trying to regain his equilibrium and have his swim bladder balance out with the proper amount of air in it. And what this is going to demonstrate, if these fish live, is that the barotrauma itself, in terms of neurological damage and popped blood vessels and different internal body damage, isn't killing the fish. The fish is able to be under its own strength with the clip fin and just revive in time. not struggling to stay upright, which is what would happen if it swam down and got caught underneath the ice, or just really kept against its will in any orientation. So right now these fish are upright and happy, and we're going to get 4 more fish in the tank and then monitor their health over the coming days and days and days and days. I don't know how many days we need to do to show, because I guess ultimately if they died after 2 months from what happens today, that I'm not going to know, because I think the goal is only to keep them for maybe a week or so. I know you're trying, but it's hard to believe when I watch that you're trying.
Oh, I'm just getting pretty old. In my younger days, I would have had these right away. It's definitely not like summertime.
You should have been here yesterday.
I was. It's not about catching. It's just about getting away from the wife for a couple of hours. This reel seems to work a lot better than my reel.
We can get you some of those.
No, like my reels are just, I'm fighting them.
Do you have a preference on brand if I was to get you some? Are you okay with Frostbite?
Frostbite's, yeah, I've had quite a bit of success with their rods. I haven't really used their reels yet.
If you get your rod tip right up in here. Get your rod tip in front of this if you can at some point. That'd be pretty cool.
There's a bigger one there.
Oh, yeah, nice job. Heavier?
No.
Please say it's heavier.
It's about the same. It's fighting a little bit more. About the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't have my counter on me, but how
many have I caught?
Where's the leaderboard? Is this one of the tungsten ones?
Tungsten jig, yeah. Check this out. This plastic. Watch. Boing, boing, boing.
What does it do in the water though?
Well, the point of that is the fish doesn't rip it off.
Oh, I
the
see.
fish pulls
Okay.
on it, but it doesn't rip it.
I see.
Gentle bobble. Just gentle. Pull, 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 pull.
Yeah, he came right out of the bottom.
Now they're coming out at 29 feet.
So what's your theory on what's been going on here?
With the fish in the tank?
Yeah.
We're actually putting them through a lot worse than releasing them, right? So we're not duplicating releasing them. So if they all die in the tank, it doesn't tell us anything, but if they all live in the tank, it's encouraging because these are tougher conditions for them.
Yeah, because they can't get back down.
Yeah, like we're asking them to acclimatize instead of just letting them acclimatize right away by releasing them.
Oh, this one's...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing it right.
Just gentle. Just keep bobbling it gently. Keep bobbling it. Yeah, you said it. Nice job.
It's just another small one though, probably, right? Oh, maybe not. Is it caught?
Yeah. It was out of the water, caught on the edge of the wood.
I heard the fish on the plywood. Can you believe that?
Nice job. A real beauty.
All right.
See, that's 27 feet. That's just not quite enough. You need to be an inch or two higher. See how you're just a hair below him? Yeah. Up there. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Yep, he's just going to keep closing the gap. Well, what's going on? Set it. You did it again. Aren't those boots the most amazing, lightest, epic thing ever? I mean, I've been wearing them.
Nice one. Wow.
Not right now. We're fishing for crappies. And the guy I'm working with is really difficult to work with, so it's just overall it's tough.
Who's catching?
Okay, bye.
What about the big guy? What's he doing? He was bubbling.
He's okay. Yeah, that was weird. When I was holding him, I could hear the air coming
I heard
out.
that. Yeah, I heard that. Too.
Yeah.
We're just assuming they're all going to die. Is that what we're assuming?
We're showing that the
Mortality?
actual barotrauma isn't killing them because we're managing to nurse them alive for X amount of days.
Oh.
But the best case scenario is they get down to the bottom because then they're down where they just came from. Here, we're forcing them to stay against the surface. I think that we've already demonstrated that they'll swim back down to the bottom, so now we need to just see if after a week they're still alive in the cage. Wait, have I caught one yet?
No, you haven't actually.
The bite's off, but I think if we can get one more nice size one, that's good. But the bite's pretty slow.
Oh, he's going crazy. Look at this.
Oh no, that's the seizure.
That's
Shoot. Like that's the end. And they might do that down in deep water too, right?
Well, that's what we were trying to find out. I mean, that's going to be a meal for you anyway. This is the one that had bubbles in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
He's quiet now.
He's looking right at me too. It's weird.
So does that happen to them when they go back to depth is the question.
And if it does, that's not
That good.
basically means do not fish for these in the winter.
Do not release them. You can still go fish them and just keep your limit, which is what we said all along.
But the best thing is just don't fish deep.
Unless you're going to keep everything you catch. It would be nice if we could catch another adult. One more big one. Otherwise, we don't have a single big one that even has a chance of making through the night.
Look around. Like, what's going on? Is there nothing happening? Is it worth actually going and drilling a hole somewhere? Or are they staying?
Probably worth it. Like just
for that
see
one?
if we can catch that one.
At 40 feet? Okay, I'll bet you $1 you can't even find that like with your auger.
Okay, what is it?
I'll watch it.
42 feet.
42 feet. I'll tell you if you're close. $1.
How's that?
You're at 41 and he's at 43. Okay, you're almost another 6 feet. Stop.
Am I at his level?
Yeah. He's following you. You got him. He's following you. He's following you up. Too fast. He's just below you. He's still there. You're right on top of him. You're right on top of him. He's following you. He's right there.
Got him. Yeah, buddy.
Got him? Oh, there's another beauty there.
How about that first hole I drilled? You said I was right on him perfect when I went over there?
Yeah. Oh, this is a nice one.
Totally. Just let him calm down a bit.
I don't know about the clip-on thing. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It'll all be upside down.
Yeah.
But they'll be good without the clip soon. He just needs to calm down a bit. So I'm going to stay with the fish overnight, and you go do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Okay, this is a 5:30 a.m. update. The big one that had the seizure is probably dead, but he looks kind of like whatever. And then this other big one is actually looking pretty good. And the 4 small ones are all pretty good. And Phoenix is good, and I'm good. So thanks for asking. All right, it's December 30th. Almost slept till noon. This one's still sleeping. And we're gonna give the fish a check here. Looks like some of them are kind of wobbled, but that could mean that they've stabilized to a degree, and I need to get those fin clips off. So let's see what we can do about that. This is a pretty important one because it's the only other adult we have. So there's the fin clip on the bottom there that was keeping it upright. Now let's see if it can keep upright on its own. Ooh, hoo, hoo. No, he's still a little buoyant, so I might have to put the clip back on. Let's see how he does. Ideally, we get them swimming on their own as fast as possible because then they're not struggling against the weight. Take his clip off. Yeah, it looks maybe okay. Fin clip off this one. See if he's okay. Fin clip off this one. That's 4 fish fin clipped off. And there's the 5th one. Fin clipped off. Those fish are all swimming okay. They're still buoyant, but the sooner that they can be doing everything on their own, the better. I'm gonna put a clip on, but I'm gonna put a smaller clip than he had on, like a lighter weight, because he doesn't need quite as much help anymore. And these other little ones, not ready to have the clips off, but improving. 5 healthy fish. This is the one that had the seizure. It's basically dead and just being held by the clip, which is unfortunate that it died right away because it doesn't get to be a part of the sample size here. But that being said, if we would have released it immediately, I'm sure it would have had a chance. It is 1:30 in the morning, day 1.5 or something. Should get this a little brighter. These little guys are all healthy. This big guy, I believe, is stone dead, and I cannot wait to stick him with the knife. But he still looks perfect. His fins are perfect and everything, so I'm just gonna leave him because who knows what he's doing. And this is our big one that I caught outside that still looks happy. We've definitely exceeded the 24 hours, if that's some sort of a metric of delayed mortality. And I don't know what we're going for here, whether we're going for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, but we're gonna keep it going. What do we got? Okay, so it's 1 o'clock. We're coming up to a full 2 days of observation here. Worst spot, move, come here. Good girl. I think I've got rigor mortis on one of these fish. This is what a dead crappie looks like. And this was after an hour and I think an hour and 10 minutes or something. We're gonna give him the knife treatment. If they die anytime in the next 10 years, it's whoosh, delayed mortality from barotrauma. If you look closely, you can see some of the classic signs of barotrauma delayed mortality on this one.
Another one. See what can happen when we all get together. I swear, this is not you.
Happy New Year. We've got 5 happy crappies. Maybe I'm half and half on fin clips. And then finally, tomorrow for breakfast or brunch, we're gonna do a little shore lunch with our 1 barotrauma victim, so stay tuned. Okay, it's noon. Fish is frying. Lemon pepper coming up. I've actually just been slowly trimming down this little bit of weight on the fin clip gradually each day, hoping that the fish will be encouraged to get to neutral buoyancy on their own. Here's our big guy. Get the clip back on. Okay. He's not looking too, oh, there he goes. Probably had some air in his mouth for a moment. Everybody else is pretty good. Those 2 don't seem to need a fin clip. That one's gonna need a fin clip put back on. Just grab him here and put the fin clip back on. Just like that. Everybody's looking good. So 5 out of 6 fish have survived almost 3 days, being pulled out of 28, 29 feet of water. And this one, dead tired. Okay, flip this fish. Stay tuned. Okay. This is it. The G40 minnow trap. This is the best minnow trap you can get, although it's only got a few minnows right there. There's a lot of other options, but this is like the original model. Silver is key for attracting minnows, and also it's just easier to see through, I think, so the minnows can see the other minnows, whereas a lot of the ones with the black mesh that has the vinyl coating aren't as easy to see. There's a few more. Oh yeah. It's a hard thing to find online, but you can find these things at most sporting stores. But it's key that it's the G's Fleets or something, G's Feets, G40. All right, key. Look at this. Oh yes. So satisfying to get your own bait. We're at 1:25 in the morning, January 2nd. I'm keeping track of the times because I'm definitely not too clear on it, but I think it's been 3 days, 3¼ days or something like that. And I gotta get this brighter. I'm going to take the clips off of everyone now and just leave them off. They're gonna struggle a bit probably, but it's time to move along, and I'm gonna consider this study or observation period over when Phoenix says so. I'm gonna consider this over when the fish are going to eat a minnow. And that will be a sign of them being, I guess, fully recovered. I mean, that's not to say that delayed mortality couldn't have an effect weeks later. Actually, maybe I'll just put a minnow in right off the bat here. One lonely little minnow. Drop him in right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Woo! It's over! It's over! That crappie still has a fin clip on, and he ate the minnow. I'm gonna finish taking the clips off. I'm gonna give him some more minnows, and then in the morning, whenever I can get a hold of Shane, we're gonna do closing ceremonies and have a little bit more of a discussion on what's next. And yeah, I'm gonna put another minnow in, and we'll go from there. Tuesday, January 2nd, 3:45 p.m. These 5 crappies have made it a full 4 days now in the tank. All are unclipped officially, all are stabilized, super happy, have started eating minnows. I think they would have stabilized a lot faster if they didn't have clips on, but I didn't want them stressing. But with the clips on, they felt they didn't need to adjust their swim bladder probably, so that dragged on a little bit longer. Either way, I think that is against what anyone would expect in a 28, 29 foot barotrauma situation. Hello?
Conservation.
No way, Shane's here! Did you bring your lab coat?
I brought you toilet paper. You said you're running out of toilet paper.
Okay, do you have any closing remarks? I've already talked for quite a bit, but do you have anything you want to add?
No, not really.
Not really. Well, let's read your notes quickly.
Okay. How does that look?
I mean, we're not going to go through everything that you've written down, but
We wanted to see how the barotrauma affects these fish after a couple of days.
and we've made a full 4 days, and the crappies are looking great. We did have the one have the seizure after about an hour and a half. This is not a demonstration that deep water fishing is actually safe or that barotrauma actually isn't a big deal. I think this is more of a demonstration on how important fish handling and expedited releases are, because we got these fish in the water immediately. We got those fin clips on them so that they were able to not be stressed, held upright, and could revive in time. And the difference in pressure change did not wipe them out internally, as is popular belief. It just shows whether you got hot water in the summer or whether you got a deeply hooked fish or whether you've got a barotrauma fish. You've got to expedite your fish handling if you plan to release those fish. And, you know, it's not all about 30 feet deep for crappies. You can back that off a bit and suddenly you're in 25 feet, 23 feet, 22 feet. The implications are still there, where you need to expedite your fish handling, take care of these fish if you plan to release them, and doing a better job of everything that we do out there. Thanks for watching Uncut Angling.
Wouldn't it be interesting to put these back in and get the
Live scope?
live scope and you see what they do?
We aren't legally allowed to put them back in.
Would it be interesting to see what they do?
It
or
would
not?
be.
Okay, so but off the record, if we put these back in right now,
Which we won't because we're not allowed to.
and we won't, but wouldn't it be interesting to see what they do?
It would be interesting.
Wouldn't it be interesting to
It
see
would
that?
be interesting. I've said that 5 times.
I know, I don't know if you're talking to the camera or me.
I'm talking to you. It would be very interesting.
So then why don't we do it? I don't understand
because we
what.
legally aren't allowed to.
Okay, what did we... Okay, tell me what you think will happen if you put it back in there.
Jail?
All right, we'll have crappie for dinner then. Jeez.